Hey hunting family, you are tuning into the Tracks and Tackle podcast, brought to you by Menser Outdoors.
Hey there, hunting family. Let's take a moment to appreciate those who keep our homes secure and our lives running smoothly. That's right, we're talking about interstate garage doors. Whether you're a contractor with deadlines to meet or a homeowner seeking peace of mind, Interstate Garage Doors has your back. Their team combines expertise with a genuine commitment to customer satisfaction, making them the go-to choice for all your garage door needs. Say goodbye to outdated doors and hello to quality craftsmanship. Head over to igdoors.com today and experience the Interstate difference. Hey hunting family, what is up? Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Tracks and Tackle. On today's show, we're going to just do a quick recap. Me and the boys took a trip up to the cabin. We set trail cameras, we did some shed hunting, put some seed out, and basically busted some brush, looking for sign. Came across a lot of good whitetail sign, but put some miles on the tires as far as my boots go, and these feet are tired. So, hope you like the recap. Started to rain on us, so we did some recording. Buckle up, let's go.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us today. We tried to be authentic, so here we are. We're sitting in camp. Got here, so I'm here together with we got the Arrow Eagle and we got Ace in the house. You guys want to say what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Just checking in here. We're gonna record outside and do it really authentic at the picnic table, just like when we started the podcast. But going for a little bit of a drizzle today and couldn't get the gear out in the rain. So we moved it indoors and audio's all set. So we're ready to rock and roll, but we'll see how the video turns out on a rainy, cloudy day. We don't have a lot of light, but it's all right. We're not the best looking guys anyway. So
We got that grit in us, that dog.
that's it. How you doing, Ace?
We're here. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah, get up in that
Get
microphone.
in the mic.
That's so
Don't
good,
be
man.
shy. But
Awesome.
yeah, we've been trying to plan this cabin trip for a while now, just to get our cameras out. Recently, if you're on our socials on Menser Outdoors on YouTube, posted just a recap of 2023. So kind of motivating, uplifting, just kind of seeing stuff in the past. So we want to get up here and get the cameras out, do a little scouting, do some shed hunting. Our property borders to the peak of the mountain where we can have access to the backside. So we did some exploring over there. In the past, you might have heard us talk about the backside of the mountain and the struggles that go along with dragging deer up that. Gravity,
It's a beast.
Gravity is not our friend when we're trying that.
Sucks.
So yeah, we did some scouting and we just had a blast up here. It was great to get outside, and previously just the weekends didn't work out to get up, whether it was weather or just being busy, which especially here in Tracks and Tackles, we've been pretty busy and scheduling. We had our guest Justin on not too long ago. It was awesome to sit with him and get some wisdom. So Ron, why don't you lead off here?
Yeah.
What do you gotta say?
Yeah, I can take it from here.
Yeah.
We have been trying to get up here to camp and make a cabin trip for several weeks. And like Hollywood says, we just have been busy. And today was the day. It's actually we're recording this right before Easter, so we're running up to camp, setting some trail cameras. We did a little bit of scouting, and then we're headed back home tonight. And we'll probably post this. It'll probably be April until this episode hits and is published. But wanted to take the time because we got the whole gang here and take the time to sort of recap our journey. And that's what we did today. So we came up, we set some trail cameras, and we took a pretty long hike today. Walked a couple miles, and it wasn't flatland. Tell us about it, Ace. What was, from your perspective, how was the hike?
I'm used to going up the mountain to my stand, but as soon as we get back onto the backside of the mountain, like these guys were saying about doing backside of the mountain hunting and dragging deer up it, it wasn't even fun to walk down it or up it at all. I would not recommend shooting deer on the backside of the mountain.
Not if you got to bring them up over the top. I mean, it's we say every year we say never again, but every year we eventually
We get
venture
that
back
tickle.
over.
Unless you're Arrow Eagle in Hollywood, whenever you kill three on the backside and call Ace at 3:30 in the afternoon to come help drag.
It's always good knowing a guy.
Yeah, yep, I know.
I know two guys.
Yep, no doubt. No doubt.
But yeah, the weather up here is beautiful. I don't think we could ask a better weekend. You know, it started to trickle on us just a little bit, but that lasted like 5 minutes.
That wasn't bad.
We made it back here. We were relaxing by the picnic table, just letting our feet rest and just shooting the breeze. Had a late lunch, and we decided to get the cameras out and just try to capture this moment to be authentic, as I said. So we were going to set up, and that's when the rain started again. So you might be able to pick it up in the background a little bit, but it's just a beautiful day, and we were able to spend it outside where we love to be rather than inside.
Yeah, it was probably, I don't know, 37 when we got here this morning, around 40 degrees, crisp, chilly. But once we started hiking the mountain, I felt like internally my engine started to cook, a little bit. So at the end of the day, it was good. Walked a couple of miles over rocky, through briars. Didn't find any sheds, but found a ton of good sign. Where we were tramping through. We were going where the deer go, and so there's no doubt that there's good sign here on our property, and it's good just to hang out together. One of the things that we always talk about is nature being our playground, and a bad day out in the woods is better than a good day at work.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we had a good long day. Got up bright and early. Got a good start on it. It got up to probably 50 degrees. On top of us hiking, got down to t-shirt weather as far as I'm concerned. I'm still in a t-shirt right now, but here later in the afternoon, it's just starting to get a little bit overcast and a little drizzle. So it'll be a nice ride home, and I'm glad I'm not driving.
Right. Hate to be that guy.
I got tired feet, and the temperature's dropping. I'll feel a little bit of muscles tightening up in my back, but it's all good. I was thinking yesterday whenever I was working, we've been planning this trip for a while, and I was thinking, man, I just need a day away from the screens, away from my phone, away from the computer screen. I just need to get outdoors and rest my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been good medicine for me, and it's been fun hanging out with you guys today.
Yeah, I gotta say, can't beat my crew here. I wasn't sure what I was gonna get out of them. We're gonna do some longer walking. The terrain we're walking, it's either briars or decline, incline. There's no real flat ground where we're at. There's a lot of boulders where you can step in, twist your ankle. It's the off season, so just trying to perk the engines up. Get the crew ready to walk a little bit further. So I'm just glad I got good output. I said to Lon before we came about you, like, reality and expectations, like, I'm not asking for 10 out of 10 energy. You just give me a 7 or 8, but you killed it today. A little bit worried towards the end. You were getting a little out of breath, and I was racing up, but just taking time and waiting there for each other. So it was a good trip. And
yeah, I want to know how my grade works out here. I showed up early. I showed up on time, and so I was 10 out of 10
from the start
at 6 o'clock this morning. But now at the 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm still trying to keep up with these young guys. So you guys keep me young. I appreciate that, and just keep pushing me. So
I think you stay awake on the ride home, you'll get a 10 out of 10. If I don't have a co-pilot on the way home, it might be a little taxing on me. It doesn't sound like Ace over here is ready to stay up.
Might not make it.
He's already talking about napping, sitting here on the couch for 2 minutes.
After we got up the backside of the mountain and started coming down, had the lunch out there, and then we come in here, and I made the mistake of sitting on the couch. The couch kind of swallowed me up, and I was ready to conk out right there.
It didn't take but a split second. He knew it too, because whenever his butt hit the couch, he was like, "Oh no!"
I went, "Uh-oh!"
Yep, you knew it.
As soon as my butt hit the couch in a soft surface, I'm done. I was done
Yeah.
until they pulled me over here to start doing this stuff.
Yeah, well, that's good, man. It's good to have you on the show. We knew we had you on before, and we know that you're always, chipping in and running and gunning with us. But we don't get you on as much as we're on. But at the end of the day, it's been a good day hanging out
I'm
together.
still one of you guys.
Yep. You're part of the group here, and so we wanted to seize that moment, sort of set up shop here, and do a little bit of recording and recap the day. I would say a couple of miles on the tires today, as far as walking.
Got a good workout.
My legs are feeling it. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah, I'm ready to get out of my hiking boots and get into my flip flops, but we'll probably go barefoot on the way home if you guys can handle the smell of
Letting
that.
the dogs out. But
Yeah, my dogs are barking.
I can't emphasize enough, we're just so excited. And sometimes when you get excited for these kind of trips or whatever you're passionate about, your brain shuts off. So we needed to get breakfast on the way here. We stopped in.
We started early.
Yeah, we left home base around 6. I was glad my crew showed up there roughly on time, and got the truck packed, got the dog in, and we took off. 45 minutes later, we stopped for breakfast sandwiches at Sheets. Come to find out, when I'm backing up in the parking spot, tailgate was down the whole trip. So it would have been a disaster to realize, driving for that far, to realize I would have lost. We had our groceries that were back there. I had my hiking boots. I had some stuff for the dog. I had the cameras, which would have been important. The whole trip.
It would have been ruined.
Yeah.
It would have been ruined.
And it's probably a third of the way there. So it's you start to be all right, I'm making some ground. I'm getting close. So
when I was walking up the back side of the hill, after, probably 1.5 miles in through the briars over the rocks, and I'm working uphill, and, my legs are just burning. My heart's pumping, it was a good cardio. And I was just thinking to myself, man, if I lost my hat 10 minutes ago, because I had a moment where I didn't think my hat was on my head anymore. I put a bandana on, because I was sweating. But I had my hat, I had flipped it around backwards, and the bill of my hat wasn't covering the sun from my eyes. And I thought, I had for a split moment, I'm like, oh no, where's my hat? Thinking that maybe it got caught in a briar or something, or I sat down to take a breather and I didn't. But I thought, man, I'd be leaving that thing behind. I'm not going back down to get it. So kind of similar, your brain shuts off when you're in the middle of, you're excited and you're just doing what you got to do. But luckily, even though the tailgate was down, we didn't lose anything. Trip was still a go. We're green lighted the whole way.
Right, and when we first got here, as we came to the crest of the mountain, I told both the others a $30 bounty if you find my lost arrow, because I don't know what I was doing back there, whether I was just scouting for maybe a future potential hunt, or maybe I was looking for blood on a wounded animal. I'm not too sure, but I know when I kind of got back, probably half hour later, I realized I had one less quiver in my arrow.
This was last year.
In my set. Yeah, last year. So it's up there somewhere. I don't think we walked roughly where it's at. I have an idea, but it's not worth the scavenger hunt of the extra stress on the legs.
That's why you carry more than one. They say
they always make more.
You got one, there's none. If you got two, you got one.
Mm-hmm.
Because something's bound to get lost or broke, or you always want to back up.
Right. And then we talked about the deer sign. When we get to the gate and we start moving up, we saw a nice sized herd moving. I wasn't quite one to count. I was just excited to see them, and we're looking for sheds to just see if they have any hardware on their head yet. So unconfirmed. They could have been bucks without horns, or they could have been a group of doe, but there was 7 to 9 of them. So it's always promising to see first thing when we get to camp. So it was nice to see that sign. We got him, got settled. We were working on getting our cameras set up with the batteries and the SD cards, only to find out one of them doesn't work, and we needed batteries for it.
We're short one camera.
Yep.
But we can course correct that.
Mm-hmm. And then personally, when I got a new camera to add to the arsenal this year, and come to find out, the SD card that I bought with it, I left at home. So it worked out. I was able to borrow the SD from that. So
we're a mess, but I'm sure you out there can relate. Anybody out there listening, this is just normal stuff for us.
Right. Every time we record, something small goes wrong, whether we didn't plug a camera in, it dies, or, we forget to hit a button, but we're learning as we go, and just trying to add one as a lesson learned for the next endeavor.
lessons learned. We are not professionals.
Not by any means.
Heavy disclosure every time we do something here. But got the camera set up. We found what looks like a coyote remains.
Yeah. They had the dog out running with us, and she sniffed out right away. An old skull looks like it might belong to a coyote or some sort of a canine like that. And we thought, man, what a good start, because
Right.
that was like within the first 10 minutes of our
Right.
hike. And she got a bone, and she was happy, and we were happy, and we weren't tired yet, but that was all. That was all we found. We saw a good sign, but
Yeah.
that's the only thing that we brought back with us.
Yeah, this shed hunting game, it's a hard game, but I'm sure the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, like it's going to be rewarding when we find our first one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just more so about spending time together, getting out in the woods, and making memories while we do it.
Yeah, and we talked. We've been thinking about shed hunting. We've been going out and walking the woods and the fields and different locations. Really since winter or early spring. I don't know. February, Marchish. We've been spending a lot of time out there, but I know that we were talking about it early January. Man, I can't wait to get out there and do a little bit of shed hunting. Because in between hunting season in the fall and spring turkey
Fishing,
fishing, season, it warmed up a little bit. There's not a whole lot to do, so we were looking for some projects. And shed hunting is one thing that's filled our time. And like we said, we just want to make not an excuse, but we want a reason to get together and hang out. And this is one. Plus, we needed to get up here to camp. I mean, we've been shed hunting down around home a lot, but we haven't come up to the camp since fall, since our rifle season. And overall, we needed to get up here and get our trail cameras set and that sort of thing. Check tree stands, make sure they're safe. We check the stands that we have already set, and make sure that everything's good to go for this year. And now we got the cameras in place. And next time we come up, we'll hopefully be able
to be like little kids on Christmas, not knowing what we're gonna get.
That's us, man. We're eager to check those SD cards and see what's out there.
So. Yeah, so it's nice too. We got camp opened up, air out. Normally, it's a big cleaning session we got to do before we rest in it for a night. So it was promising to see not too much mice activity.
Yeah, I mean we share a primitive cabin out in the middle of the woods, and so we do share it with a few furry little rodents. But we wage war on them in the fall and the winter. And there's always
nonstop hunting up here.
Yeah. I mean, even if we're not killing deer, we're killing mice. So natural born killers.
I think deer taste better.
Yeah, we're not that hard up, no doubt. But yeah, I mean, we got some of the antlers we have on the wall and stuff. We've got old aluminum arrows, that we had killed deer with in the past that are no good anymore. And we've got arrows, hanging up in the antlers, set on display, and a couple of them get knocked down from mice running around. I don't know how they do it, but I'm blaming it on them. But yeah, it hasn't been too bad. The cabin looked pretty clean. There's not like a mildewy or smell or anything like that. We got it aired out. Be good to get a fire going in here. One of these evenings here, we can come up and do an overnight. Get a fire cooking. Just make sure that the chimney's working really good. But upkeep, that's the biggest thing. Is you got to use your property.
Yeah, and you got to take care of it. We got a few repairs that we need to do. Our property is on a mountainside, so it seems like gravity's taking a toll on it. It seems to be shifting more and more downhill. Last year, we did a few repairs just to make sure that it's not going to be tumbled for deer season, and we can use it and know it's going to be safe. So this year, we're going to be more attentive and taking action. Responding to the call, and it's our property. We want to take care of it, and we want to make sure that we can use it as a deer camp and take care of it essentially.
Continue to do these type of trips and hang out with one another.
Yeah.
Ultimately. So
you brought up the wall here, and I'm just reflecting. So it's grown quite some time in the past 5 years for what I can reflect on. Now you're a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to you to see the growth and our harvest and the honor and the privilege and the tradition that we have with the small wall and the big wall?
Yeah, so, on camera, you guys can't see what we call the small wall. Back before antler restrictions, there are smaller bucks on this wall. But if you look in the background, you can see, we do have a few nice bucks on the wall behind us, and there are a couple of nice bucks on this wall that aren't on camera. But yeah, I mean, if unless it's a really really solid, you know, bruiser of a buck, it doesn't make it on the wall behind me. It's going to go on what we call the small wall or the regular wall, and we just call it small because the bigger bucks go on the wall behind us. But yeah, I mean, over the years, there's a lot of memories on this wall. We've got 6 points. We've got two of them here on the left hand side that are basically
Match and set.
one antler 2 years in a row, with the right antler and the left antler broken off. But those would have been nice eights, but they're sixes. And then you got yourself some 8 points on this wall here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 points, and several 4 points of spikes from years gone by. But each one of these is a story. Each one's a memory. Some of them are from when I was young. Some of them are from when you were young. And yeah, I was just saying, like, I can't even remember looking at all these antlers that are hanging on the wall. Some of them, like the more recent ones, I could tell you the stories too. But some of the older ones, like, I don't even know. All right, who shot that? Was that Lon? Was that me? Was that one of the other boys or Pap or So everyone has a story.
We'll have to go back to the logbook for that.
But yeah, we do keep the logbook for those type of things, and the logbook tells the tale.
Logbook. Well, I don't know if that's true. I was going to say logbook don't lie, but logbook might give you
lies
it might give you a little bit more of the truth. The truth just might be stretched out.
Yeah, embellished. Depends on who fills out the logbook.
Right. You can tell who writes it.
That's right.
This family likes to tell a lot of small white lies in the logbook.
Well, we would just say color commentary.
Yeah.
Well, that, yes.
We'll
Paint
call
the
it,
picture.
yeah, we call it color commentary. So sometimes the guy that has success writes down the log, and there's embellishments. And then sometimes it's the guy that didn't have success fills out the log, and he tells the story how they see it.
Yeah.
And we all have different perspectives, which we touched on a recent episode here. So yeah, I mean, but look, I love it. Every time we get to come up here, this is part of the family's tradition. Like, if we have tradition, we get to come up here to our hunting camp.
The home away from home.
We were just we did an episode a couple of weeks ago with a buddy of ours from 3B Outdoors, and he was just talking about how he loves the concept of the hunting camp. Guys coming together, hanging out, sharing memories, passing along that I don't know what the word would be, but when you get to bring your boy along, and your boy goes from being boy to becoming a man,
Pass the generation along.
Yeah, and you get the sort of.
There's how many generations of Mentor / Chronister in this cabin now? There's from your dad, your brother, down,
you guys,
down to
us. That's 3 generations right now.
And my dad, who's married into the Mentors Outdoors, but at the same time, he's still part of the Mentor clan.
That's right.
Yep.
We've got 3 generations rolling, and
4 generations.
3 generations. So you got Pap, you got us boys, and then we got you boys. So that's 3 generations.
So it's just a matter of time before we get the 4th generation up here.
You guys get to work, we'll have a 4th generation, but it's on you guys to make that happen.
Where are my outdoors ladies at? I keep getting told I'm not going to find one up here, but I keep looking.
Right there with you, brother.
Yeah.
Right there with you.
Yep, but that's it. And we pass it along, and there's just something about getting together and making those memories.
Yeah.
So I didn't start hunting up here till 2 years ago.
You started getting serious in the hunting with us a couple of years ago, and
3 years ago.
You come up and you killed some deer too.
I remember coming up one time when it was just me and your brother,
and
I hunted Brad's stand. I saw 4 deer. None of them came into range. Then the year after that, I was up here with, I think it was just you, Captain Vaughn. I don't think you came yet. You were coming at the end of the week. So you were coming in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and I came up for what we call meat camp,
Mm-hmm.
which is the beginning of archery. And I was up in my stand. I sent a text message down to, or yeah, I sent a text message down to Pat or Lawn, saying I have one on the dirt. And I'm just running back up. Because it started to sprinkle,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as he felt rain, he came back in. I was the only one out. I didn't know that I was the only one out. I thought he was coming from the stand. I waited about 20 minutes. I hear rustling coming up the mountain from where the cabin's at. I'm like, oh, okay, there's Uncle. And because it was raining, I got down immediately and started trying to find blood. And I found blood, and I knew the direction that we went because I saw her run. But at the same time, I didn't know exactly where she was at. I didn't want to go jump her.
Yeah. I know I came up later that week because I came up probably just getting time off that week that you had got that deer, and you know, it was pretty cool to show up, and you already had one in the
I
cooler.
already had
and,
one hanging on the beat pole.
Yeah, you were happy as could be, and
That
in
was
celebratory mode, and that's what it's about.
That was my first deer that I ever killed up here.
Yeah,
and that was with the crossbow. Because yes, I like to hunt with the compound, but I feel more comfortable with the crossbow, and everybody's going to hate on me for that because I'm as young as I am.
Not us, not this crew.
That'll start the debate maybe on socials, or you got different guys with different opinions. But look, man, you hunt your hunt, and that's good with us.
But at the same time, if I put a good enough shot on a deer, and I know it's a good enough shot,
what else matters?
What else matters?
That's
Beating the freezer.
That's right. That's right. And I know, like from my perspective, showing up, you already having one taken, the smile on your face, the energy that you were carrying because you were successful, and we still had a couple more days to hunt. That's cool.
Morale booster.
I know that there's been times where I've been up here hunting, and you showed up, later in the week because of your work schedule, getting time off or whatever, and you show up and you just hop right in. I know one day you were down here waiting for us whenever we were coming down out of the woods at dark, and you're sitting at the picnic table waiting for us, ready to tell us the story because you had a deer come running through.
Bloody nose.
Yeah, with a bloody nose, the deer with a bloody nose story. So, these are the stories that we share when we come to hunting camp, and even though it's not hunting season, we make the most of it.
Right. So yeah, it was a great outing that we had up here. Got the cameras hung. You guys had some prominent sign where you guys like to set up. So that's always good to know that they're still around and they're still hanging around the area. Got some steps in. To all the tick enthusiasts out there, they are plenty and they are out. So
ticks are plentiful right now.
Population's at a high, so make sure you're putting on some insect repellent or wearing longer sleeves. I don't know how many we picked. We were counting.
We lost count. It's been that bad. It was that bad today. But warm weather, and we were hiking through the stuff. So we're probably still going to pick one or two more off before it's all said and done. But it's that time of year. I hate ticks.
Yeah, I don't know who loves them. Somebody does. There's always someone. So they're happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it. I don't have a whole lot more on this trip to discuss. We got a couple of episodes that we just, probably by the time we publish this one, we just rolled out a couple of episodes, like really cool interviews. We've been meeting some great people, and, the podcast is going strong. We thank everybody who's listening, chiming in, giving us feedback. We appreciate the love and everything that comes with that. It's been a pretty wild ride, just kicking this thing off. Not sure what it was going to turn into or how it was going to go. We're just having fun.
We're getting close to that year mark. We talked about that loosely not too long ago.
That's right.
But we're getting more and more guests on, and we're able to learn from them. And feed off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So after our good guest and our good buddy Justin came on, we were able to talk turkey, gobbling turkeys. So I'm fired up to get out.
You're ready for turkey season now.
Yeah. I've been texting him, just getting feedback, and it's got me eager to reach out to get more guests on the show so I can learn from them and grow. We got some upcoming events. We got a few more guests scheduled to come on. We got trout season. We're looking forward to that. It was youth day today, and just my head wasn't ringing. We dried past this small stream, and I think it was you, Arrow. You're like, "Hey, there's kids out there fishing." I'm like, "Well, what are they doing? Like, it's too early. They're getting a head start." And then you're like, "I was like, youth day's not next week," and you're like, "Yeah, it's this week."
It's this week, yeah. So next week we'll be out at the trout stream,
Bright and early,
and we'll probably do some recording out there because you got to get to your hole before everyone else does. So we'll probably do some creekside commentary, and that might even get posted before this one. I don't know. We'll have to work it into the schedule on how these get posted.
Yeah, and just fine tuning. It's dark when you get out there early, so I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Guys will know not to come down the stream if we have a generator powering some floodlights.
We'll get down there. We'll cook up some breakfast and just sort of hang out,
make memories, tradition. Yeah. That's what it's all about. So, hey guys, thanks for tuning in and listening to some tales for us. Always remember, stay wild, stay tuned, and be in tune with nature. So, thanks for joining.